Celebrities who don't know they're no longer famous. When is a celebrity not a celebrity anymore? Celebrities are often in the news and on TV, and some have their faces plastered on the covers of tabloids. Famous people work hard to stay in the spotlight and remain relevant, but people who were the talk of the tabloids a decade ago no longer have careers. Here's a list of celebrities who don't realize they're not famous anymore, but still try to stay relevant. Mike Sorrentino. Mike, the Situation Sorrentino, rose to fame after being chosen to star on the hit MTV show Jersey Shore in 2009. Before the show aired, nobody knew who he was, and he lived a regular life. Thanks to his antics and crazy behavior on the show, he became a star. Mike struggled with addiction during the last couple seasons of the show. Nicole Scherzinger got pregnant, and the antics at the Jersey Shore came to an end. It's been over 10 years since the show ended, and Mike has gone through a lot. After being convicted of tax evasion, the reality star went to federal prison, married his college sweetheart, and had a baby. Mike managed to stay relevant when MTV began filming Jersey Shore Family Reunion, but it won't last forever. Nobody wants to watch a bunch of 40-year-olds partying and acting crazy. And it won't be long before Mike falls back into obscurity. Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown was a popular actor on the Disney Channel and played Eddie on That's So Raven. Like so many of his Disney Channel co-stars, Orlando wanted to break free from his squeaky clean image and take on more serious roles. Unfortunately, Orlando's dreams didn't come true, and he began struggling with addiction. The former Disney star has had multiple run-ins with the law, and he was arrested for DUI several times and was charged with battery. Today, Orlando is standing in his own way of having a career, and last we saw him on screen was over a decade ago, except for reruns. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt. Heidi Montag was best friends with Lauren Conrad and was her sidekick on the MTV reality series The Hills. Heidi was a pretty girl and a popular character until Spencer Pratt entered the picture. Spencer was a former reality star when he began filming The Hills and starred in the short-lived series The Princess of Malibu alongside Brody Jenner in 2005. Spencer started a rumor that Lauren and her former boyfriend Jason made a sex tape, and Heidi didn't do anything to stop it, and her friendship with Lauren was over. Fans hoped that Heidi would leave Spencer and make up with Lauren, but that didn't happen. After the couple married, Heidi spent a fortune on cosmetic surgery to change her face and body, and she looks nothing like her old self. The couple tried to remain relevant when the series ended in attempting to get into the tabloids and went on to star in Celebrity Big Brother and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. They also tried writing books and blogs to remain relevant, but this wasn't enough to reboot their careers, and they fell into obscurity. The couple had a second shot at fame when MTV rebooted The Hills, but the series lasted 3 seasons. Brody Jenner also starred in the show and was thrilled when it ended, and he said it wasn't the same experience he had with The Hills and he wasn't invested. Spencer and Heidi were furious when the series was canceled and blamed the other cast members, and he and Heidi are no longer in the spotlight and spend a fortune on crystals, which is Spencer's passion. They're parents and have full lives, but the couple still craves fame and fortune. Paris Hilton. Who could ever forget Paris Hilton? She's the heiress of the Hilton hotel empire and loved to party back in the 2000s. Her antics captured the attention of the tabloids, and she was on the cover often. She also made a few friends famous, like Nicole Richie and Kim Kardashian. People were so interested in Paris and her life that she had her own reality show, The Simple Life, alongside her best friend Nicole. The two women went to different parts of the country and held jobs that neither had any business doing. It was a fish-out-of-the-water reality show, and people loved it. Paris and Nicole had a falling out before the final season of The Simple Life and refused to work together, and the show was canceled. She also starred in the MTV competition reality show Paris Hilton's My New BFF, where she searched for a new best friend. Paris has grown up a lot since her days as a party girl and reality star and found something she was passionate about. Today, she's a successful DJ in some of Hollywood's hottest clubs and created her own empire. Paris still loves life, but she's no longer living for partying and attention. But she's doing well and she's very happy. Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks is a rapper, singer, and songwriter from Harlem. She started releasing her music on MySpace in 2008 and signed with XL Recordings when she was 18. The rapper's debut album, 212, went viral and was an instant hit. Things were going great for Azalea, and her career had taken off, but things began to fall apart due to her social media presence. She started having Twitter fights with public figures due to her outspoken views regarding politics and race. She's had issues with Iggy Azalea, Lady Gaga, Zayn Malik, Elon Musk, Russell Crowe, and many others. Her Twitter feuds got her kicked off the platform for harassment, and she was arrested for violent behavior. It wasn't long before no label wanted to work with her due to her reputation, and her fan base disappeared. She performed in 2 shows in Australia in December 2022, but she destroyed her reputation in the United States. Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole was a member of the girl group The Pussycat Dolls, which broke up in 2010. The singer tried her best at a solo career, but she wasn't successful and focused on dancing in the 10th season of Dancing with the Stars, which she won. Later, she was a judge on The X Factor, but was fired when Simon Cowell decided the show needed new faces. She was also a judge on The Masked Singer, but that didn't go well when she believed that the singer in the popcorn costume was Mary J. Blige, and fans wanted her to be fired. Nicole's star began to fall after being out of the spotlight for so long, and she announced in June 2022 that she would launch an interior design range called Nalu. She also collaborated on a single with French DJ David Guetta that was released on June 24, 2022, but this wasn't enough to make her as famous as she once was. 50 Cent. 50 Cent was one of the greatest rappers in the early 2000s and had many songs that rose to the top of the charts. The rapper hoped to build an empire by founding multiple companies, including G Unity Foundation Inc., SMS Audio, SK Energy, SMS Promotions, and Sire Spirits. 50 was doing well for a while, and he only had a little time for performing. Sadly, the rapper wasn't as good a businessman as he thought and owed $32 million, causing him to file for bankruptcy in July 2015. 50 Cent decided to go back to rapping, but he'd lost something during his time off, and fans didn't love his music as much as they once did. He also had a main role in Get Rich or Die Tryin', and more minor roles in several movies, including Home of the Brave, 12, Spy, and Southpaw. In 2022, he starred in The Expendables 4, Transport, and produced Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. 50's life has settled down quite a bit since his days as a rapper, and he isn't in the news as often and has managed to stay under the radar over the last several years. Nicole Snooki Palazzi. When people think of Jersey Shore, Nicole, aka Snooki, comes to mind because she was the show's breakout cast member. The reality star had trouble during her first few days at the Jersey Shore and had trouble bonding with her roommate after a crazy drunken first night. Snooki was ready to give up and go home after a few days, but her housemate, Sammy, talked her into staying. Snooki was punched in the face by a man at a bar, and her roommates rallied around her and they became a family. Nicole was the wildest roommate, and fans quickly fell in love with her, and she was even arrested on camera for public intoxication. Snooki was pregnant during the final season, and the father was a guy she met at a club during filming. When Jersey Shore was canceled, Snooki and Jenny, aka JWoww, had their own reality show that lasted just 1 season. Today, she's married, has 3 children, runs an online and brick-and-mortar boutique, and starred in a reality show with her husband when they built their dream home. She starred in the reboot Jersey Shore Family Vacation, but left the show after the fallout that occurred due to the speeches she, Jenny, and Deanna gave at Angelina's wedding, but has since returned. Like Mike Sorrentino, Snooki will be out of one job soon because nobody wants to see a bunch of 40-somethings partying in clubs and getting drunk. But she'll still have her boutique. Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was one of the most popular players in the NFL and played for the Denver Broncos, New York Jets, and the Florida Gators before leaving football behind. With football in Tim's rearview mirror, he started playing baseball for the New York Mets. The baseball player grabbed headlines when he announced he was retiring to football to join practice squad for the Jacksonville Jaguars as a tight end, because it had been 6 years since he played. The Jaguars released Tim before the 2021-2022 season, and today he and his wife, Demi Lee, are brand ambassadors and investors with Restore Hyper Wellness and remains out of the spotlight. Cassie. Cassie is a singer and songwriter, and after P. Diddy heard her perform in the club, she became his protege. Her first hit, Me and You, reached number 4 on the Billboard charts, and her songs King of Hearts and The Boys were also hits before her luck ran out. Sadly, everything P. Diddy touches doesn't turn gold, and she ended her relationship with him in 2019. She tried to become an actress. She starred in a few poorly rated movies, such as Step Up 2, The Streets, Honey 3, Dare to Dance, and most recently, Spencer Confidential. Cassie also starred in 2 episodes of Empire in 2018. Cassie signed with the famed Wilhelmina Models in 2004, and when her acting and singing careers didn't pan out, she went back to modeling. Today, she's a social media influencer and seems happy with her life, but she isn't as famous as she once was. Chantal Jeffries. Chantal Jeffries is a DJ, model, and YouTube personality, and she also had a relatively successful career in 2018. Her first single, Wait, reached number 10 on the US Dance Chart and number 4 on the US Dance Digital Chart, and she peaked with her first single. Her second 2018 single, Better, debuted at number 32 on the US Dance Chart, and her other 5 singles didn't make it to the charts. Chantal remained relevant for a while due to her public romances with Justin Bieber and the lead singer of the Chainsmokers. In 2019, the singer was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon after stabbing her friend 5 times after threatening her on Facebook, saying she would beat the shit out of her. Today, Chantal's doing little and has no tour scheduled. Tyga. You ever heard of the Kardashian curse? People believe that the men the Kardashian-Jenner sisters date or marry are doomed when the relationships end. Kourtney dated Scott Disick for years but couldn't handle his issues with addiction and rumors of infidelity, and she ended the relationship after 9 years. Scott spiraled out of control after, and it took years to get his life back together. Khloe married Lamar Odom and was sure she'd found the man of her dreams, but his addiction and infidelity caused the reality star to divorce him. Shortly after, Lamar was on the brink of death after overdosing at a brothel. Kim and Kanye were a power couple until Kanye's erratic behavior became too much for the reality star and she filed for divorce. Since then, Kanye's been kicked off social media several times for inappropriate posts about Kim, her former boyfriend Pete Davidson, and his anti-Semitic views. His erratic behavior also caused him to lose most of his partnerships, including his Adidas partnership for his Yeezy brand, costing him hundreds of millions of dollars. Tyga is just another victim of the Kardashian curse. He had a successful music career before he dated Kylie Jenner, and he continued to succeed in the music business. When Kylie ended the relationship, Tyga hasn't received much credit for his music. He probably will still continue rapping, but he may never be as successful as he was before dating the sister in the Kar Jenner clan.